Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a really massive challenge, verifying AI. I mean, we live in an era where literally every company claims their software is AI-driven, right? But sometimes that's just a glorified spreadsheet acting like a magic trick. So how do you actually separate the marketing hype from true enterprise-grade reality? Well, we're going to unpack a highly specific framework to help you do exactly that. Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. First up, the proof paradigm. Then we'll move through our three pillars: AI native operations, business viability, and defensible compliance. Finally, we'll wrap it all up with the ultimate strategic impact. All right, Section 1, the proof paradigm, moving from claims to evidence. To actually make that shift from bold claims to concrete evidence, you need a definitive matrix. We're looking at three critical metric categories: the exact hard evidence you need to upload or display to prove them, and the ultimate strategic impact of that evidence. Think of this as your master cheat sheet for proving an AI system's worth. Section 2, Pillar 1, AI native operations. Before an AI system can be trusted commercially by an enterprise, we absolutely have to know it's not just, a room full of hidden human workers pulling levers behind a curtain. It's kind of like a self-driving car. You need to be 100% sure there isn't actually a guy steering it remotely. So, how do we actually prove a system runs autonomously with zero manual overrides? Well, you don't just ask for a slick demo, you ask for the technical breadcrumbs. And what's really interesting here is the extreme specificity of the evidence required. We are talking about automated agent execution logs, API call traces, and server uptime dashboards. This is the exact evidence that shows when the AI acted and how it communicated with other systems entirely on its own. When you collect this specific evidence, the strategic impact is profound. It definitively proves the system runs continuously on autopilot with zero manual overrides. Honestly, if you don't have this baseline proof of autonomy, the rest of the evaluation just falls apart completely. Moving right along to Section 3, Pillar 2, Business Viability. Having a cool, autonomous AI tool is great and all, but if it doesn't make any money, it's really just a research project. So how do we bridge that gap? How do we confirm real-world commercial traction? The evidence here is absolutely non-negotiable. To prove viability and traction, we are looking for verified transaction ledgers, P&L records, active user volume, and real customer feedback. You simply cannot fake a verified P&L. These metrics are the literal proof that the system is scaling and finding acceptance in the market. So the crucial point is that seeing those exact ledgers and user metrics confirms real-world commercial viability and revenue generation. It's the proof that the market is actually opening their wallets and paying for that autonomous system we just verified in Step 1. It elevates the whole thing from an experiment to a real enterprise. Section 4, Pillar 3, Defensible Compliance. Now, when an AI system is managing crucial infrastructure or highly sensitive data, mere commercial success just isn't enough. So the question becomes, how do we establish unmatched, government-grade security to achieve ultimate institutional trust? The first piece of hard evidence you need is an active cage code, specifically in this example 1ZMG9. A commercial and government entity code isn't just handed out to anyone, it requires a brutal, rigorous vetting process. Displaying this active code is traceable, undeniable proof that the organization meets strict federal security baselines. And to complete that compliance picture, we look for an active SAM.gov status, specifically the alphanumeric identifier FQJUJKVKSAS3. Having this active system for award management status perfectly complements the cage code and is a massive signal of operational transparency and rigorous auditing. When an AI enterprise possesses those two specific credentials, the cage code and the active SAM.gov status, the strategic impact is monumental. It literally establishes unmatched government-grade security and institutional trust for any stakeholder involved. Section 5, the ultimate strategic impact. I want you to think of this as a chronological maturity model. Step 1 is AI operations, where you prove the autopilot via those logs and traces. Step 2 is viability, proving real revenue via ledgers and P&L. And finally, Step 3 is compliance, proving institutional trust via the cage code and SAM.gov status. It's a step-by-step evolution from raw code to commercialization to strict compliance. Bringing it all together, we have our complete verification matrix. When you audit these together, the execution logs of the transaction ledgers and those government codes, this matrix illustrates the massive institutional trust these combined metrics create. It really is a foolproof framework for verifying any AI platform.
I'll leave you with this provocative thought to take into your own work. When you're pitched an AI solution tomorrow or next week, ask yourself, if an AI system cannot provide this exact evidence, the API traces, the verified P&L, the active compliance codes, is it truly enterprise ready? Demand the evidence. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.